Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is my channel Ladybug Stitches. Today is January 2nd and this is my 2025 WIP parade. I'm always so excited for this time of year and I was super excited to be able to get my WIP parade done because I love watching other people's WIP parades and I hope you'll enjoy mine as well. I did one WIP parade last year. It was my second video that I ever did. So if you want to go check that out, you can. I only had 14 WIPs in that video, and this year I have a lot more. So I don't tend to write down a lot of information about all my WIPs and everything. I don't write down when I started them or ended them or anything like that. I just can't be bothered, honestly. So I did go back and I watched that video and I wrote down all of the WIPs that I had in that video and how many, and I compared them to this year as well, and I have definitely added some WIPs. So last year I did do a WIP Mania, and I added, I think it was 16 more WIPs to my rotation, and I've certainly added some more in along the way as well, just some starts, and I've finished some stuff. I did not write down how many things I finished. I just don't care to do that, honestly. I could never keep up with it and then it would kind of get messed up, so I don't care to do that. But if you want to see all my WIPs, you can go back and watch all my videos from the year. But last year I had 14 WIPs as of January 15th, which is when I posted that video last year. And this year I have 27 WIPs, so I've certainly added, and I'm going to try to do them in the order that I've written them down, but otherwise there's really not much of an order. The only order is the WIPs that I carried from the beginning of last year is the first ones in the row, so, and then all the other ones I can try to say like which ones I did WIP Mania starts on, but if I don't, probably most of them are WIP Mania starts. So that is my disclaimer. We're gonna start with one of my designs. If you are new here, because I know WIP parades tend to bring in a lot of new people, I design cross-stitch patterns under Ladybug Stitches, and so one of my WIPs is always one of my model stitches, and so I will show you my new model stitch. I have 3 Valentine's pieces coming in the new year. I guess it is the new year now, coming this month, and so I finished those already and I'm moving on to my February release. So a little sneak peek is this. It's not much, but it is something, and something you might notice about this piece compared to all of my other models is this one is not on 14 count Aida. It is on a 28 count. I think it's either a Lugana or Monaco. I'm not really sure. It wasn't labeled in my stash, but I'm branching out for my models a little bit. This is not the first time I've stitched on an even weave or anything like that, but I wanted to try for this one. I thought it would fit. So this is gonna be a Easter piece. So that is my first WIP. Okay, I have 2 tote bags. I think this tote bag to my right is all the ones I'm carrying from my last WIP parade, and then the ones in front of me I think are all new WIPs. So let's see what we got. First we have the Enchanted Realms stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was released last year from January to June. There were 6 releases and I was hoping to stay caught up and it did not work at all. But here is where I'm at. So the first release were the dragons, and then the mermaids at the bottom, and then the fairies on the side, and that's where I got off the wagon. I haven't finished the fairies on the side yet. I still have a couple more things to do, and then I will move on to the next section. It is going to be in a circle. You can kind of see it's going in a circle here, goes up and around, and then ends back down here. I'm using the Called for Flosses, and it is on a 14 count Aida that I dyed teal and purple and blue and green a little bit. I really like dyeing my own fabric, so a lot of my stuff is, I can't tell if I'm moving the table or not. A lot of my fabrics are hand dyed by myself because I really like dyeing my fabrics. I should also say none of my stuff is ironed because I just shove it into a bag in the middle of working on it. So that's what it's gonna be. And this is the called for flosses. I got all the called for DMCs. So I really love this piece and I would like to get more of it done in the new year. This year, I keep saying that, this year, and we will see, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna finish it this year, but I will try to get as far as I can. So that is that one. I'm gonna try to show my bags too. I make all of my own bags. Otherwise, I use plastic bags. So I'm gonna try to show. This one is like a little folder kind of type. It is Halloween themed. This is where I keep all of my patterns, and then there's a zipper here that has all the stitching and all the little pieces. So I had my scissors hanging on here, but I ended up making it too long and scissors were flying around, and that's not good to have. I don't want pointy scissors flying at me. So there's that bag. Okay, number 2 is Bendy Stitchy's Rolodex Morning Sampler. I started this, I got this last year for Christmas, and then I started it a couple days later. So I can't remember if I started it at the beginning of last year or at the end. I'm not sure. This is like, I try to go through and make sure all of my things were not on hoops anymore, and I think I missed this one. So just bear with me for a moment while I put it all back. There will be zipping because I didn't want to take everything out of bags because I didn't want to lose anything. So I tried to make it as painless as possible on myself, and I forgot this one. So here is Rolodex Morning Sampler by Bendy Stitchy. It says, "No grave can hold my body down. I'll crawl home to her." This is a piece that I'm stitching in honor of some fictional characters that my friend and I came up with, and I'm going to add their initials in here as well. So this is where I'm at. That's the first page up at the top, and then I move down to the second page. 3 and 4 pages, they're not full pages, so it shouldn't be too bad. These 2 are the fullest pages. Let's see, it's very wrinkly. I did mess up on the border going down, so I'm gonna wait until I get to the bottom, and then as soon as I get down there, I'm just gonna cut it off wherever I ended up being. I think it's like 2 stitches off or something like that, so it's a bit disappointing. This is on an 18 count coffee tea dyed Aida, and it is extra crispy because I wanted that look for this pattern. So I'm in love with this pattern. It is so pretty, and I really want to work on it some more this year. I don't know if I'll get it done, but as much as I can get done would be really nice. So there's that one. Let me just put this all away. Got floss hanging out of the bag. Okay. Number 3 is a really big one, so I'm gonna have to add a little picture in here of what it's supposed to look like. I don't think you can get this one anymore. I got it from Etsy. I think it's by White Phoenix Design. I'm not positive though, and I'm flinging things everywhere. The only picture I have of it is this, so that's what you can see. And I guess I didn't open up this one as well. So just bear with me another moment. This is my only super full coverage project, and it is a map of the world from the show Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a big passion project, I suppose. It's something that I'm probably going to be working on for pretty much my whole life. I started in the middle, and there's like 20 something pages. This is the first page here that's all done, and then I moved on to the page underneath it. It just kind of ends down here. So it is a big confetti project. I don't work on it as much because I did forget to show you the bag, my last bag. I'm already forgetting. But this is the bag it's in. It's in a huge bag. And it's a lot of things to pull out. It's like 290 flosses or something like that. It is ridiculous, but it is gorgeous. I love looking at it. It looks so much better in camera than it does close up. This is like one of those projects that you really do have to see from a distance. But I am working in here. I worked over it a little bit on Christmas break, and then I just have to finish in here. But this is all of this confetti over here. This is the ocean, so that is going to take quite a while. It's a lot of different colors, and I'm taking it as slow as I can so I don't mess it up. But this is a beautiful piece. I am so happy about this one. I can't wait until the day that I can frame it and put it on my wall and I can look at it every single day. But there is 3 rows of pages, and then there's like 3 more pages this way, I think, and this way, something like that. So I don't work on it as much just because it is a bit overwhelming. It's the only project I have in a Q-snap because I needed a big area to be able to work on it. It is all called for flosses, and it is on an 18 count coffee tea dyed Aida. So I think that's all the information about that one. It's a lot. So hopefully you saw the picture that I inserted, if I remember. So that's that one. I will grab the bag from the Rolodex morning sampler just so you can see it. It is Jack and Sally, I think, from Nightmare Before Christmas. I made this bag, or one similar, for my cousin because she really likes the movie and I had extra, so I just made myself a bag too. Most of my bags are just white on the inside because they're just bed sheets that I had left over, so you don't really see the inside too much, so I don't tend to do it too much, but that's Rolodex morning sampler. So number 4 is Country Cottage Needleworks Big City Christmas series. I'll show you my bag first. This is another little folder type that I made. I kind of designed this one myself specifically for this series. So I have the whole series in this little pocket here, and I have my highlighter, which is attached and it can just pop off here. I have my scissors that can also come off. And then there's a folder underneath, which I keep all of the patterns in. And then on this side, I keep the pattern that I'm working on. And then there's 2 zippers. There's one here for the fabric, and then there's one down here for all the flosses. So I am working on the first one. This is my first one doing it. I'm not sure which order they go in, but this is the music hall. And I'll show you the rest. We have Toy Store, Street Scene, Hotel, Theater, Restaurant, and Department Store. I'm gonna wait until I finish all of these before I fully finish them. So it is gonna be a while, but I am only working on the first one, so. And I did work on it a little bit the other day, so that's where I'm at. Here. You can see where I'm at there. I'm stitching on the with the called for DMC flosses, and this is either 14 or 18 count Aida that I coffee teed. I can't remember which one it is. Usually when I dye, the holes get smaller, so I can't really count it anyway, so that's where I'm at. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna finish it yet, but that'll be far off in the future. So I would like to get that one done this year if I can, so then I'm not working on this series for like 10 years. So I did start that one last year at the beginning of the year, and it is a WIP from, we're still on the WIPs that I showed in my last WIP update, WIP parade. So the next one is by Pinker & Pumpkin Quilting. It is a free series. You can find it on her blog. Because it is free, I don't want to show too much of the pattern, so I am just going to flash it. This is the one I'm working on, and this is where I'm at. So I still have the quilt up here. There's a little chicken. There's some chickens on the side, and then down in the front down here there are some tulips, and then there's a border around as well. So I started stitching this because this really reminded me of my grandparents' house. They had a farm, and my grandpa had a red truck, and that even looks like my grandma's house. So this is a bit in memory of their farm, I guess. So with this series, I was hoping to finish them all together, but this is also just the first one in the series, so we'll see. The other parts I have all the fabric for all of them. They're all on 14 count Aida that I I dyed myself, all different colors. So this one is going to be on blue. This one is on green. This one is on a green. This one is also on a green. And this one is on a blue. So, and then I also have this one in here. That's a yellow, but it's not part of the same series, but it kind of fits the theme. So I kept it in there. I would really like to get some of these done this spring, but it's not really high on the priority list. I pulled all of my own flosses for this, and I think that's about it for that one. I started that one in February because there was a hashtag Farm February, I believe, and that's about as far as I got on it. So, and it is in this blue bag. I don't know if this is plaids or checks or what. I'm not really sure. I can never tell the difference between them. With a blue zipper and a white inside. So this is actually fabric that my grandma had, and she used to make, I don't know if you guys know these, they're like stools that you make out of pineapple juice cans. So you get like a whole bunch in like a little circle, and then you cover it with fabric and everything, and then it's like a little footstool. So she had used this fabric for that, so I had some left over. So that's in that bag. Next is Stitching with the Housewives, Buzz of the Bees. This is one of my older WIPs. I've been working on it for a couple years now, and the pattern is really destroyed. So this is Buzz of the Bees. And I'm getting there on it. It's taken a little while, but I am getting there. I am doing this on a purple and brown that I dyed on 14 count Aida, and I pulled my own flosses for this as well. So the only things I have left are the leaves here, one flower coming off of it, and one flower up here on a stem, and then the words "the buzz of the bees," and it's really close to being done. That's super exciting. If I could get this done this spring, that would be awesome. I would really like that. This has been a WIP for way too long. I would really like to get it done. It is so pretty too. I love sunflowers and I love chickens, so I would really like to get this one done. So that's that one. And it is in this avocado toast bag. I saw this fabric at Joann's, and I thought it was really cute with just a white zipper and a white inside. So no rhyme or reason behind that bag. Okay, next we have one of my other oldest WIPs. This is a WIP. It's a project that my grandma gave me. It's a set of 6, and she said that she wanted me to split it with my cousin. So it was a bit hard to split this up. We just split all the flosses in half, and then I attempted to cut the plastic canvas equally so we had enough for all of them, but it ended up where each one was one line off for some reason. I could not figure out how they were supposed to be fitting on the sheet of plastic canvas, so I'm not really sure if they didn't give us enough or what, but this is called Holiday Pickups. And I can't remember if I was doing the red and she was doing the blue, or if we were doing two of one and, you know, whatever. I'm not really sure. So if I don't have enough floss, then I don't end up getting them all done. But I'm only on the first one anyway, and I really did not do a lot at all. Because it is one stitch off, we decided to leave one little strip of the bumper off of the front of the truck, I believe. Or the back of it, I'm not sure. I don't even know. It might be the back of the truck, because that's the red one, but it's just one little strip. But it was really annoying, so I got mad with it and I didn't stitch any more than this. So this is with the called for floss on the plastic canvas that it called for as well. Maybe one day I'll get these done, but it's not high on the list either. And it is in a Halloween bag with some boo on there, with a orange and black inside. Okay, next is another pattern that my grandma gifted me. She gave this same pattern to my cousin for Christmas as well. And she knows we love cats because we take care of her farm cats that she left. And it is a Bucilla kit called Afternoon Nap, and it is so cute. I love the little butterfly and the flowers and the kitty, but it is full coverage. It's 5x7 excuse me, and I did not get a lot done on it either. This is one of the pieces that I would like to focus on this year. I did just get a little bit overwhelmed with it, and because the pattern includes all of the back stitching, so it was really hard to see, and I just did not feel like putting the energy into figuring it out and everything. So this is where this one stands. I have not touched it in, well, I didn't touch it at all last year, and I don't know if I touched it the year before. I think I got this 2021 Christmas, maybe, I think. So this is like one of my oldest WIPs, I believe. So this is definitely on the list to get a lot more progress done on this year. Hopefully, I would really like to get this done because it's just so cute. And it is a big one, and I know my grandma really wanted to see it done. Unfortunately, she can't anymore, but hopefully, you know, she sees it. So this one is a little bag that I made, and it's just, I made it with fat quarters. It's just really beachy, and then I just flung floss on the floor. Don't want that mixing with my map project, which is spilled all over the floor as well. And it's just got like a little twill tape and rickrack, and then the back is that, and then the inside is also beach themed. So that one's just a cute little bag. Okay, next is, let's see. This is a project that I designed myself. This is the first project that I ever designed. And it is a very sentimental piece. So this is what it looks like. And the background on this piece, this is getting done this year. It is absolutely getting done this year. I'm going to put all my focus in on it. It's not really that big at all. So this is getting done this year. The backstory on this is a bit of an inside joke. These are geese. And my grandpa and I had a inside joke on geese where we called geese Jerry's, and it made him laugh, so it made me laugh, so it is our inside joke. And he passed in 2022 at the beginning of the year, and then my grandma passed in March of that year, which was about 2 months later. And then my grandma passed during the week, and then that weekend we had plans to go up to Vermont, I believe, or New Hampshire. I can't remember where we were going. But it was a really hard weekend, and the only thing that got me through the weekend was knowing that my grandparents were together again wherever they were. So this is called Together Again, and it is two geese that are in love. So it's just kind of a little piece that reminds me of them and reminds me that it's okay that they're gone because they're together. So this is getting done this year. It is on a blue and brown fabric coffee tea dye that I did, not coffee tea dyed, blue and brown fabric 14 count Aida. And I stopped working on it because the white of the goose's neck wasn't showing up on the fabric as well as I thought it would, but I think it's going to be okay once I have it surrounded by the rest of the goose, so I'm just going to leave it. This is absolutely getting done this year. I'm going to try to work on it pretty soon. So hopefully you'll see this sometime soon, all completed. I'm gonna frame this and I'm gonna put it on my wall so I can see it all the time. So that is a bit of a more sentimental piece, but it is something that's really close to my heart. So definitely getting that done this year. And it is in a bag that used to be a towel that I got secondhand. It's just a flower that's like embroidered or appliqued on or something like that. I'm not really sure. In the back is just the rest of the fabric or the towel, and then the inside is just white. So that was a really simple bag. If you ever have to, if you want some bags and you don't want to spend a lot of money on fabric, then if you have any towels that you don't want anymore, then you can upcycle them. It's a good way. And then next, we have Country Cottage Needlework Silent Night. This is one of my favorite pieces, absolutely. It is gorgeous. When I first got back into cross stitching, this is one of the first few pieces that I found and I fell in love with and I immediately had to have and then didn't start for a couple more years. So I started this last year at the beginning of the year, and I pulled my own fabric. I dyed it and I really wanted to be this light fabric, and then I mixed up the cut of fabric with another pattern that I was kitting up, and it ended up being a lot darker than I wanted it to be. So, but I think it's okay because Silent Night, like it's at night, it's darker, right? Hopefully. And then the white will show up a lot better. So this is where I'm at. I have the church done and the first tree, and then I started going over on the snow to the right. That church is so pretty. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs, and I think it's just so peaceful and beautiful, and I just gives me a lot of peace looking at this. So I really want to get this done. It would be really nice if I can get a lot of progress done on this year. I used to be a seasonal stitcher, but lately, since I've started all these new projects with WIP Mania, yeah, in May last year, I've just been working on a lot of projects throughout the year. So I don't tend to stitch big Christmas projects around Christmas time. I only do ornaments, so I didn't get this a lot of love, but this will definitely be worked on throughout the year for sure. It's just so pretty. I can look at it every day. I already have the finishing piece and I'm all ready to get it finished, but I just have to finish stitching it first. So this is on a 14 count dark blue Aida that I dyed with the called for DMCs. So it's so pretty. I'll put it away though. Would love to get this one done this year, and it is also sort of a focus piece, but not completely. And the bag is a John Deere fabric that I picked out for my grandma. She was a big John Deere fan, and I think this was actually her bag. I made this for her, and then once she passed, I got it back. But it is on the inside a fake handkerchief, because my grandpa always used handkerchiefs, and I thought that reminded me of him, so I put that in there for her as well. So I got the bag back. And the last one for a holdout from my last WIP parade, just a little note before. I was looking, I have my WIPs from the last WIP parade, and I believe 2 of them I finished. So last year I had 14, yep, and I finished 2 of them, so I guess that's good. I had a lot more finishes last year, but they were all starts and finishes, so I can't show them to you, of course. This is the last WIP from, this bag has 2 WIPs in it, so from my last WIP parade. So these are also patterns that I designed myself, and they are not for sale or anything, but they're just sentimental pieces, I guess. So the first one is my cat sampler. My grandparents had a farm, and I have been taking care of the cats since about 2016 on and off, and then completely on since 2020. I have been feeding them every single day. And I've gotten to know a lot of the cats, and they all have names. That's how I keep track of them all. I know all of their personalities, and I know them all pretty well, and they all are very special to me. If you know me, animals are like humans to me. They're very special. They all have their own personalities, and they're all wonderful. So I was thinking, well, anyway, this is all of my cats that could fit in this. I have a picture frame that this is going to go into, so these are all the cats that could fit. This is not all the cats that I'm going to do, because every day I keep adding more cats. Some of these cats were drop-offs because their farm is on a bigger road that's around here, so a lot of people tend to drop their cats off. So that's where a lot of these have come from. And I got the whole first row done. One day, like I was saying, I would like to do some more memorial pieces for some of my other grandparents, other animals that have touched my heart throughout the years and have been named and everything. So hopefully that'll be coming in the future sometime when I'm not as busy. But so this is my cat sampler, and I got the whole first row done. This is where I'm at. So we have Tigger, Bear, Luna, Kodiak, Thursday, and Bean. I'll do a little run through of them. So you can go back and watch my videos from last year, and you can see I put pictures up of each cat as I talk about them and stitch them. But the sum of it is Tigger is the matriarch of all the cats, pretty much. She gave birth to Bear and Thursday and Bean. Thursday was also Tigger's, but Bear and Bean were siblings. And then Bear gave birth to Luna and Kodiak. So of these, the only ones that are still around are the first 3. The other 3 have sadly passed away, but they are made to their likeness so I can remember them better, and they will earn their spot on my wall so I can see them and I can remember them every day. The fabric is a 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada that I didn't dye too very dark. And I was a little bit off on my placement of the fabric, so it is a little bit off, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna reach the end, hopefully, and not run out of space. So that's that piece. And then also in this bag is another memorial piece. Let me put this away first. We have chickens. We have 2 chickens left. And when my grandparents were alive, we had a chicken named Little Cam, or a rooster named Little Cam, that my brother found at his job, and he brought him home, and my grandpa named him after my brother. So this is Little Cam. He also passed away last year, and I made this in memorial of him because he was a really special rooster. He was the only rooster we've ever had, and he was the tiniest little thing. He could fit in your hands. Like, he was so cute. I will take this one out of the hoop. I forgot this one as well. I've stitched this once for my brother, and I will be stitching it again for myself. This is on a 14 count coffee tea dye Ada, and it's just, I pulled some DMC flosses to get it done. So that is his head up there, and then this is his back. I worked on this over Christmas a little bit, So it's a little bit farther than you might have seen in my last few videos. So I believe that's it for my sentimental pieces. And Little Cam is the start of the pieces that I started last year. This is in a cat bag. This was a towel. It is very appropriately in the cat bag because the cat project is in the cat bag. This was a towel and the back is the same. I got this towel secondhand as well, and it's perfect for this. And the inside is just all white fabric. So, okay, first bag is done. Next, we have this large bag. Let's see, what are we at? Number 13. We have Plum Street Samplers Jack's Sweet Shop Siren's Tart. This was a Mania start last year. Trying to get no glare. I love mermaids, so I had to stitch this one. I dyed my fabric special for this one. It is on a dark blue and brown. And all I have is the mermaid, part of the mermaid's tail. So I would like to get farther on this one, but I don't know if I'd really get that far. I would also really like to work on the cat sampler, try to get as many as I've done this year. Hopefully I can get the Little Cam piece done as well. But there's just never enough days in the year and hours in the day to get all this stitching done. So that's where I'm at on this one. I don't know if I've really touched it since Mania. And then I'm also doing it with flosses that I just pulled randomly. So no called for here. It's in this Halloween bag. The inside is that same fabric, that orange and black fabric. I have a lot of Halloween bags apparently. Okay. Next, we have Hands-On Designs Pumpkin Spice Farm. This was also a start from WIP Mania. I've had this pattern for a really long time and I just wanted to get it done. It's so cute and it's so small and I just need to get it done. I'm getting closer though. That's where I'm at. I would say I'm about halfway. I think so. Yeah, I just have to do the bottom little border and then I'm up at the words at the top. So it's not too much farther. I was really focusing on this during the fall and that's about as far as I got on it. This is on 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada with, I don't think it's the called fors. Nope, just randoms. Just random floss that I pulled. I have a lot of flosses that I got secondhand. A lot of people have given me floss. I've taken my mom's floss. So I have a lot of secondhand flosses that I just need to use up. So that's that one. I would like to work on this one during the fall this year or during the year sometime because I would really like to get that one done as well. That would be a quick finish, I feel like. So this was also a towel that I got secondhand and it's the same on the back and it's just a white inside. Get a drink. Okay. Next is, this is a free pattern from Mirabilia. It was for the 2017 Australian Mirabilia retreat. It is called Mia Mermaid. I just hold it back there. You can find it on maybe their website. I think it might be their website that I found it. I really like mermaids, so I wanted to stitch this one. It is on a fabric that I dyed myself. I don't even know which way it goes. I think it goes this way. It's like hardly anything. This was a WIP Mania start, and then that was where it went. I do have some beads on it, and I have pulled a lot of beads for other sections. So this is a big project, and it requires a lot of thinking, so I don't work on it as much. And this is on a white fabric that I dyed blue and purple, looks like. Really cute. I really liked how that one turned out. And it's just pulled flosses as well. This one is in a fabric that is a bit vintage, I guess. It's from my mom, I guess her stash or my grandma's stash, something like that. I don't know, but I know my mom has Barbie doll clothes made out of this fabric and doll clothes made out of this fabric, so it's pretty old. And it's just a white inside as well. Okay. Next is an embroidery project that was a WIP Mania start. It's from Amazon, I believe. It's called Lucan Box, and it came in a set of 3, and they're all embroidery projects with sunflowers and bees. This is my first real embroidery project, so I was just kind of trying it out. My cousin gave me this kit for my birthday, I believe, and she told me to try it out. So all I have is the middle. This is all French knots in the middle. And then there's the little leaves, and then I got some of the bee done up here. The bee booty and the bee wings. So I don't have too much done. I think I stopped working on this. It's gorgeous. I love sunflowers and I love bees. But the fabric was hurting my hand trying to get the needle through it, I think, and I have a lot of hand problems. So if a fabric is too tough to work on, I tend not to work on it too much. So it came in a set of 3. I have 2 more that I have to do as well, and then I also have a cat one. So I need to get going on this. Hopefully I can get some more done on it, but this one does take quite a while to work on, so I don't work on it too much. I think I might have worked on it like twice after WIP Mania. And it's just in the plastic bag that it came in. Nothing fancy. Okay. Next is another pattern that my cousin gifted me. She went to Scotland in 2023. And she gave me 2 cross-stitch patterns that she found from there. I finished the one, and then the other one is this Victorian Thistles. It's a coaster. This has to get done this year for sure. And this is all that I have done so far. So I really want to get this done so I can have it and I can show her that I did it. It's a kit, and if you want it, I guess you have to go to Scotland to get it. I don't know. And it's just in this Christmas truck bag with a white inside. I hope I'm not going too fast. This is really nice because I get to see all of my WIPs, but sometimes I just don't have a lot to say about them. Okay, next is Scatter Freedom by Shepherd's Bush. This is part of a series, and I've got a couple of them done so far, and I really want to get some more of them done. Here is a Scatter Freedom and Peace by Shepherd's Bush. I have the Easter one done and the Valentine's Day one. So this will be my 3rd one, I believe. And I also have the Halloween pattern, but I haven't started that one. And then I know there's like 3 more. There's like Scatter Sunshine, Scatter Pumpkins, and Scatter Christmas, I believe. I don't have those yet, so I do have to get those. But I finished them all in the same little board, little tray kind of thing, I guess. And I switch them out for each season that I have. I only have 2. This one I would really like to get done because I am pretty far on it. Overall, it's not a lot of stitching, but I would like to get this one done. This is on a blue and brown fabric, coffee tea dyed. I don't know why I keep saying coffee tea dyed. It's not coffee tea dyed. It's 14 count Aida with strings hanging off of it. Not called for flosses, I don't believe. I just pulled some that I had. So this is definitely going to get done this year because I have a lot of other 4th of July pieces that I want to work on too. So I got to get this one done. Eventually. Eventually this year I'll pull it back out. I haven't pulled it out in a while. I think it might have been this summer that I last worked on it. And this one is in a very fancy bag. It's this plastic bag. This is the bag that I ordered a whole bunch of fabric and it came in this bag, so I'm just repurposing it. Next is I get to turn the page in my notebook. Okay, next is Double Double by Prairie Schooler. Let's see. So I did this one. These are all pretty much WIP Mania starts. And I started this one and I pretty much didn't touch it until maybe the fall, and I pulled it out for like a couple days or something. So I didn't get much more done on it. It's not that big, and it's like a lot of black. So like I should be able to just keep moving on it, but I'm just not drawn to it for some reason. I don't know. I have no idea how I'm going to finish it either, but it is on a green and orange fabric that I dyed myself. It's a 14 count Aida, and it's not on the called for colors unless if you count 310, which is I guess a lot of it. So there's also an orange one, orange floss in here, but it is also not called for. So I don't know if I'll get to this one this year, but it would be nice to get a little bit of progress on it. So I guess we'll see. This is in another repurposed towel bag. It's embroidered. I don't know if it's hand embroidered or machine embroidered, but I think I did it inside out. Not that you can really tell, but there are some knots on it. So I think I did this inside out. I just noticed that. The back is just the rest of the towel and the inside is just white, but it's really cute. Can't really even tell too much, I guess. Next is, this is WIP number 20, and it's technically, I don't know if you count this as a WIP. I'm counting it as a WIP, but I'm not working on any of them currently. It's from the Cross Stitcher magazine, volume 7, number 5, and it's these little Christmas pieces. It's called 6 Christmas Ornaments. I don't know where the 6th one is. It is only a pattern and I can't find a picture of it anywhere in the book, and it is the one that I stitched, and I have it here to show you. It's a little cute one with a little Santa, and then I just finished it into a little pillow with this little trim on it and then that back. So I'm not technically working on any of these right now, but I'm counting as a WIP because it stays in my WIP basket because I can just pull it out and I have everything else in the bag. I have all the floss, all the fabric, and the pattern. Everything is in here. So it is still considered a WIP for me because it is all put together and I have stitched one of them. So that's how I consider it. If you don't want to consider it a WIP, I guess that's your problem. I don't know. And it's in this very fancy Ziploc bag that doesn't close because it's too big. I will be making a new bag for this eventually. I have all the fabric cut and I just never made it. Next is Country Cottage Needleworks Pie Menu. And there it is. It has peach, strawberry, apple, pecan, blueberry, key lime, cherry, and pumpkin pies listed. My grandma and I always made homemade pies for Thanksgiving, so I really wanted to stitch this because it's what we do. I only have apple and pecan on there. And this was a Mania start, and I think I got both of them done during Mania, and then I had to rip apple out because I did it in brown instead of green. So that's where I'm at. This is on a 28 count linen, maybe it's a linen. I don't know. It's not labeled. But I did not use called for colors. I just pulled what I had because it's not really anything special. So I would like to get some progress on this year. But I don't know if I probably won't get it done, but it would be nice if I could. It's not really high on the list. So, and it is in this orange plaid-ish bag. Very fall vibes with a white inside. Okay, next is a free sale by Kate Stitcher. It's listed in her Facebook group. It's Kate Stitcher something like that. She released this sal in like April, May, something like that, and I did not really get really far at all. I'm on this first one here, and I just barely started it, and then she was already pretty far ahead and they're full coverage, and I just could not keep up. So I did kind of give up on it a little bit, but I have all the fabric cut, I have all the patterns printed out, and all the floss, so I will be doing all of them eventually, but I think I'm going to be finishing them separately, so it doesn't matter if I take my time on them because it'll be fine. And this bag is a disaster. Things shoved in there. That is as far as I got. This was like, it wasn't a mania start, it was just a sal start, and that's as much as I had time for, so it's pretty sad. But I would like to get more of it done this year if I could. If not, I kind of forgot I even had it in here until I was writing everything down, so it doesn't really matter too much to me. And this is just in this blue and white polka dot bag with a white inside. Okay. Next is number 23. Cuore Batticuore Sei Personaggi and Cerca di Halloween. This is one of the first patterns that I ever bought from 123 Stitch. And it took me forever to finally start one. There's 6 patterns in here. And they're all super cute. I just never wanted to start them. I'm working on the first one, which is this witch right here. I'm not doing the border on these because I think I'm going to finish them as stand-ups. I think that would be really cute. So this is where I'm at. Oops. My needle has kept the two sides together. I changed her skin tone because it called for a really peachy color and it blended right into my fabric. So I did change that. I would like to get her done this year if I could. I want to put some more attention on it because there are 6 patterns in the pattern, I guess. So I would like to get this done if I could. It really did go fast once I did put some time into it. So I'm hoping the rest of it does go pretty fast as well. So this is on an orange fabric that I washed a lot of the dye out. So you can see it's lighter here, and it's 14 count, and it is it called for? Let's see. Yes, it is called for flosses. I think I did that because I have 6 of them and I didn't know if I would have enough floss if I pulled my own. So they're all so cute. Look at that little guy down there. He's super cute. Would like to get this one done so I can work on the other ones. All of them are on the different colored fabrics, so they all match but without matching. And this one is in another John Deere bag that I made for my grandma. This is fabric that she had and she let me make bags out of. It's the same on the other side, and it is, what is it inside? Just green. Just green. John Deere green. So that's that one. I have a giant pile on the floor of bags now that I'm gonna have to clean up. Let's see. The next one is a pattern that I am working hard to get done. This is Joy Sunday Cross Stitch 5 Kittens. This is a pattern that my cousin gave to me for my birthday one year, and she probably got it from Amazon if you're interested in stitching it. And it is stamped, so it's nice because then I don't have to hold the pattern. I could just look here and it's stamped and I can see what I have to do, and I could just look down at the bottom to see the colors that I need. And it is a kit. So it's kind of hard to tell what I have done and what I haven't done, but all of this yellow has to be black. So I have done some of the black. I've done this whole cat, and this whole cat. I've done the collars of those two, and I started on this little ledge that's underneath them. And the black up here, and the moon. So this is still gonna be a while because that is a lot of black, but I'm moving along on it. I pulled it out the other night. The only problem with this is it's a really stiff starched fabric, so it does kind of hurt my hands after a while, so I can't move along as fast as I would like to. And it's on 11 count fabric too, and I have to use 3 strands of floss. So I would like to get this one done so I can frame it. This is definitely high on the priority list to get done this year because she has given me a lot of patterns. She gave me one for Christmas this year, and I want to stitch that one as well. So I want to get going this. I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall, and it's going to be really, really cute. So I do still have to do all the back stitching as well, so it's not like so cut and dry done after this. So it is going to be a lot after all the stitching still. So super, super cute. High on the priority list. Let's see if I can get this back in here. It is also in another fancy, fancy bag. Super fancy. Just in the bag it came in. But it works. It has zipper, like a seal on it, so I like it. It's fine. Next, we have another one that's a WIP, but also isn't a WIP. This is Santa's Helpers by Charlene Hugh. I say it's a WIP, but not a WIP because I'm not working on any of them currently, but I have done 2 of them, and it's staying in my WIPs until I get them all done. So I will show you the 2 that I have done. You got this little guy on the bicycle, the back, and oh, of course I dropped it. This little guy holding a teddy bear. Then in the back. So it is super windy out today, and I think there's a tractor going down the road. I was wondering what all that noise was. I would like to get these done. I only stitch these in Christmas time because they are ornaments, so this won't be touched until next Christmas, probably around November 1st. That's about when I start doing my Christmas ornaments. Super cute though. These are on different different fabrics that I've dyed with not called for flosses. So that'll be put away until next Christmas. Also, another super fancy bag is a giant bag. I have fabric that I'm gonna make a bag into for this one too. So that is number 25. I have 2 more to go. We have next, oh no, this is the last one. Okay, this is the last one. This is Jolly Old St. Nicholas by West Point Designs. There are 17 Santas and Mrs. Clauses here, so I'll go through them. I love these little guys so much. I am working on the first Santa at the very top. And this is where I'm at. He looks huge. I didn't expect him to be this big. And this is on 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada with called for flosses. He's so cute. I would like to get him done this year because I have 16 more Santas to go, and I don't want this to be a WIP that I have forever. And I am going to do all of them, and I'm going to do them as stand-ups because I think that would be really, really cute. I would like to have a little army of stand-up Santas. I think that would be really awesome. So I love this one. I would like to get him done this year. Also a priority. High on the priority list. So this is one that I will be pulling out throughout the year. This is not just a Christmas piece for me because I do want to get him done and I want to get the other ones done. So love him. haven't been stitching on him, and I haven't touched him since maybe October, so I would like to get back to him really soon. So that is all of my WIPs. Yeah, that's a lot. I would like to get as many of them done as I can, and then when it comes to May, maybe I can do WIP Mania again. That would be really nice. I really liked doing that last year, and I would like to do it again this year. I have a lot of little pieces that I would like to do. I had a lot of little pieces in my WIP Mania last year that I ended up finishing, so that would be nice if I can do some more. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out some more little pieces that I have to start. So that's not the end of my WIPs. I still have scissors left, so I can have some more projects. And there is one more project that I want to start. It is a stitch along by Stitch On Me. It's a free stitch along, but you can't sign up for it anymore. I haven't started it. It came out on Christmas Day, and yesterday was the second pattern. I have to start that soon. I have to kit it up and print out the patterns and everything, so I would really like to stitch that. So I will be going up to 28 WIPs pretty soon. My goal was, if it can't fit in this basket, then I have too many WIPs, but also if I still have scissors left, then I can still have WIPs, right? Because all of my bags have scissors in them, then I think I can still have some projects. So that's about it for me. I will be back next week with a regular update, and I hope you all enjoyed my WIP parade, and I hope you guys go and watch some more WIP parades because they're so fun. I will certainly be watching a lot of them, and I will see you all next week. Bye!